All right, y'all, you have been telling me for months that I need to try the Haus foundation. Haus is the brand that was created by Lady Gaga. She has this beautiful foundation. I mean, the packaging is just stunning, but you have been telling me that I need to try it out. So we are here. We're gonna give it a go. I'm gonna have a demo. I'm gonna give you a wear test. I'm gonna give you a full review because I have been trying this out. I'm gonna let you know, is it dry skin friendly? Can it hold up in this Texas heat? And should you try this foundation? So if that's what you're into, you are in the right spot. But first, if you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, if you wanna hear more about this foundation, this is the video for you. Let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so we are here to review the Haus foundation, which is Lady Gaga's brand. This is $45 at Sephora, and I do have the shade 110 Light Neutral. I've worn this a few times. That seems to be a great shade match for me. The Haus foundation is a Best of Beauty Allure winner for 2023. This is said to be long wearing. It's a natural finish, hypoallergenic, and a community favorite at Sephora. The description says a medium coverage, clean foundation that helps reduce redness and protects against environmental stress. It's going to give you a natural finish. This is a liquid formula and it's clean at Sephora. So I'm excited. I haven't tried much from Haus. You guys have been recommending this to me. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do a wear test. I'm gonna give you a demo. We're gonna talk about this foundation and see how it does on my dry skin. But first, I do wanna go in and get my face ready. I wanna set this canvas, I wanna set the stage. So I'm going to prime with my two favorite primers. They're Holy Grail. I know that it's gonna work for me. So I'm gonna go in with my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I'm just gonna take a pump and a half, put it all over the face. It gives me like a burst of hydration. It makes my skin look bouncy and a little bit dewy without going overboard. Then I'm gonna go in with my Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas, and press that just on the outside of my nose where my pores are a little bit larger and on those forehead wrinkles to smooth everything out, and that'll get my face ready for some foundation. I really love the packaging of this foundation. It has some weight to it. It has a nice frosted finish. I really like that we have a pump in here, although I feel like most foundations these days have a pump. I'm just gonna go ahead and start by taking one full pump. I am going to take my finger, and this is not a very liquidy foundation. There are some foundations, for example, like the Pat McGrath. What was another one? Do you guys remember the Urban Decay Naked Skin from years ago? Like more serum-y type of foundations, they'll kind of run down your hand as you pump it on. I don't find that this one is liquidy like that. So it is a liquid formula, but it's not quite that liquidy. I'm gonna take my Singe sponge. I like to spray it with some Fix Plus, although the sponge is already damp, but I have dry skin, so any extra boost of hydration will help. And I'm just going to pounce that into the skin. Again, this was just one pump, so this is my initial layer, and we will see what kind of coverage that's going to give us. So here is one layer up close. I did turn my brightness down. I hope you can see. To me, it does look like more of a medium coverage. It is covering some little red spots that I have from some blemishes, but you can also still see like freckles, beauty marks. It looks like my skin, but my skin is shining through, but it is giving me like more of an even base. Just for fun, let's go ahead and add a little bit more. This I wouldn't even say is a half a pump, but just like a tiny dab more. I guess I'm just gonna take and kind of press some of this. I would have been fine with that amount of coverage, but I do just wanna see if there is some buildability. I wanna see if there's some buildability. It's a new word, right? So I'm gonna do the same thing and just kind of dampen my sponge again. I do that because although it is already damp, with me having dry skin, any little bit of extra hydration that I can add is really going to help create that smooth base that I'm looking for. So I definitely agree that this is medium coverage. I would say that it is giving me a natural finish. It's not covering absolutely everything up on my skin, but any redness I have, any discoloration or just an uneven balance in my skin tone, it is going to be evened out with this foundation. It's providing a little bit more coverage than some of my lighter like Pat McGrath foundation. I'm getting a little bit more coverage than that. I would even say that I'm possibly getting a little bit more than my Armani Luminous Silk, but it's giving me more of a satin satin finish. The Armani Luminous Silk, which is like my favorite foundation of all time, is a little bit more on the dewy side, and this is giving me more of like that natural satin finish that I love. Let's go ahead and take care of these brows real quick. Brows are on. I feel like foundation and concealer go hand in hand. It's like a marriage. They work together. So I want to show you, I'm not going to do my full face on camera. I'll show you what everything looks like once makeup is applied, but we're here to focus on the foundation. However, I feel like concealer and powder can really make a difference in how a foundation works. So I'm just going to do one side of my face for now. I'm going to go in with my Pat McGrath. This is the concealer in the shade L5. I think L4 is a better shade match for me. This concealer is super creamy, super blendable. I recently filmed a video, Buy This Not That, and I was focusing on products that are similar and comparing them against each other. So I talked about this concealer in there and the Natasha Denona. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I know both of those are found at Sephora. This is the Milani. My L5 is a little too dark, so I just take the Milani and mix it in. I do like to let my concealer sit for a minute, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my damp sponge, I'm gonna spray it with some Fix Plus, and I'm just going to blend it out, this area here. I'm gonna start over here on the end, blend this in, work into the deeper parts of my eye, my under eye, I should say. I like to kind of get up in this area. I do struggle with darkness, y'all. I feel like it's hereditary. I notice my daughter has some dark circles, and the girl gets sleep, okay? She's still napping during the day and everything. I've had dark circles for as long as I can remember, but I do just want to show you like how the concealer and foundation are gonna look together. So here you can see this is the side with the concealer, no powder yet, and then this side is bare. For powder, another powder that I talked about in that Buy This Not That video is from Sigma. This is the Soft Focus Setting Powder. I have the shade Vanilla Bean. Again, my sponge, I'm a sponge girl, y'all, through and through. Love me a sponge. I'm gonna get some on here, but also press it onto the back of the cap. And I just powder underneath my under eye because I want to set that concealer, but I do struggle with dryness, so I don't want it to be like too dry. Sometimes I'll take like whatever's left and like do like a little, I don't know, what would that be, a backwards C? Forward C when I'm on the other side, but just kind of pressing that in. And this is what it is looking like so far. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish my face, I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna show you the finished look. We'll talk about this foundation, and I'm gonna give you a wear test today. Okay, so here is an up close and personal look at the foundation, at what it's looking like, at what my skin looks like, with the rest of my makeup completed. Okay, so moment of truth. What do I think of this foundation? Is it dry skin friendly? Should you run out and pick it up? Or is it one to pass on? I have to say, I think that this has become a fast favorite for me. I've worn it for several days now. I know you're gonna see in the wear test today, but I know that it holds up on my skin. The thing that I like about this is I do feel like it's giving me a natural finish, almost like natural satin finish, right? With dry skin, I try to do everything that I can to get some luminosity, to get some glow, to make my skin look hydrated. But I feel like this foundation itself, it's not going to be quite as dewy glossy as like the Armani Luminous Silk, but it's not going to be a flat matte. It does give me more of a satin finish and definitely more of a medium buildable coverage. It's going to give me more coverage than like any kind of skin tint. If I'm thinking like Urban Decay Hydromaniac, I think I'm getting more coverage than the Fenty Stick Foundation. I'm getting a little bit more coverage than my favorite Armani Luminous Silk, but I'm not getting quite as much coverage as like the ColourPop Pretty Fresh or the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear. So it's a nice medium buildable satin finish. I definitely feel like the claims to this foundation are true, and honestly y'all, I can see why this was an Allure 2023 winner. Like, this foundation feels so comfortable, so lightweight, it's not heavy on the skin, and throughout the day I almost would forget that I was wearing foundation because it is so skin-like. So I've definitely been enjoying this. I can see this becoming a fast favorite. I'm going to continue wearing it. I'm real excited to dive into the wear test today because I'm gonna be wearing this for quite some time. I do wanna show you the time right now is 12:47, 12:48. We are going to be going to Disney on Ice tonight at 7 p.m. So we're gonna get a full wear test. I'm gonna show you what it looks like out in natural sunlight. I'm gonna do some check-ins during the day and you're going to be able to see the wear, but I can already tell you because I have worn this all day that I love this foundation. I love the way it wears. I love how comfortable it is. I love how long lasting it is. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the wear test, but I do wanna invite you in the comments down below. Let us know your skin type and if you've tried this out and your thoughts on the foundation. Otherwise, this is gonna be the end of me seeing you here until I do some check-ins. So thanks for watching, subscribe. Let's see how this foundation wears throughout the day. I am here for the first check-in. It's been 2 hours. It's about 2:45. We are out in natural sunlight. I am doing this check-in on my phone. So we're gonna get some up-close shots. I mean, right now, it looks just as good as it did when I applied it. Like, I'm not seeing any areas that are like settling weird. It feels comfortable. So far, so good. We're doing another quick little check-in in natural light. This is 6 hours of foundation wear, and now we are off to Disney on Ice. Okay, I apologize for the bad lighting, but we are going to wrap up the video. It is now almost 10 o'clock at night. I wanna say it's like 9:50. So this makeup has been on for a long time. So far, I mean, like, this literally, like, the lipstick and everything is what I put on like 12:30 today. I feel like it looks pretty good for being a full day wear. I mean, it is, what, like 9 hours? It's not, you know, 12 or 16 or anything, but it's like a full day. And the only thing that I'll say, I don't know if you can see, there is a little bit of dryness around my nose. My skin is dry though, so I mean that's to be expected. And there, like, the foundation is starting to sink into like forehead wrinkles and underneath my eyes, but that's typical for most foundations. I feel like overall it still looks nice. It still looks like my makeup is there. It's not breaking up weird or anything like that. So I would say that it's a win, but I'm ready to go wash my face and jump into bed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.